Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs Show, where we empower entrepreneurs to build good habits, break old habits, rebuild powerful routines, overcome burnout, improve performance, and create a more healthy and more focused daily entrepreneurial life while making consistent progress in building their business. I'm your host, Mohammed Faraj, and today our topic is, what are you avoiding? You see, so many entrepreneurs, unfortunately, they fail in entrepreneurship, or they don't make progress, or they don't achieve their goals, is because they're avoiding the wrong things. So, what they do is they're avoiding hard work, doing the real hard work. They're avoiding healthy foods. They're avoiding what is good for their health. They're avoiding what is good for their future. They're avoiding building better habits. They're avoiding constant improvement. They're avoiding getting better. They're avoiding what is good for their happiness, what is good for their relationships, for their family, for their health. But successful entrepreneurs, what they do is they avoid what is bad for them. They avoid what is impactful for them. What they avoid what is harmful for their health, for their happiness, for their family, for their future. So that's why they grow, that's why they succeed. So this is a very important topic that I'm going to talk about in this episode. So stay tuned with me in this episode so you can learn about this mistake that so many entrepreneurs make, so you can grow, so you can move faster, so you can progress, so you can get better, so you can transform your entrepreneurial life, so you can make your dreams come true. So I think so many entrepreneurs, and this is an experience that taught me a lot. I think so many entrepreneurs, they operate, they work blindly. They don't know what they are doing. So many new entrepreneurs, what they do is they avoid what is good for their health. They avoid what is good for their happiness. They avoid what is beneficial. They avoid what has a high impact for their future, for their family, for their health, for their happiness. So I used to be this person too. I was constantly dreaming, setting goals, and having a vision for my future. And I was always thinking and feeling my future. But what ended up happening is that I constantly avoided working on what is important. I avoided acting on my dreams. I avoided getting better. I avoided improving. I avoided getting better with my habits, with my performance, with my productivity. I wasn't very productive. I acted like I was productive, but I wasn't very productive because I was constantly avoiding. I was avoiding visualizing my future, my goals, my dreams. I was avoiding doing complex or working on complex, difficult tasks, projects. So I noticed that after 6 months, after a year, I wasn't progressing. I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't building my business. I wasn't achieving. I wasn't reaching milestones. It's mostly because I avoided what is important. I avoided what is good for my future, what is good for my goals, for my dreams. But I learned from other successful entrepreneurs is that successful entrepreneurs, they avoid the bad things. They avoid what is harmful for their future. They avoid what is impactful for their happiness, for their success. They avoid their successful entrepreneurs, they are really good in avoiding distractions. They avoid anything that distract them. They are fully present, they are fully productive, they are laser focused throughout their work day. They don't let noises, they don't let any external or internal distractions, whether thoughts or blaming people or feeling negative about others or criticizing others They avoid bad news. They don't watch poisoning, bad, negative news. They don't care so much about what is happening in the world. They avoid feeling worried about their future or self doubts. They avoid anything negative in their entrepreneurial life. So they avoid procrastination. They understand that once they leave their work, once they get distracted with something else, they know that they will lose focus, they will lose progress, they will lose that day, and they will feel guilty, they will blame themselves, they will feel negative at the end of the day because they didn't accomplish anything. So many entrepreneurs, they avoid procrastination. They know, or they learn how to protect their time, their energy, their focus, because at the end of the day, they don't want to regret. They don't want to feel sorry. They don't want to feel sad. They don't want to feel disappointed, not accomplishing more, not getting important work done, not being productive. So they avoid procrastination, and when they avoid procrastination, they grow, they move faster, they make progress, they get things done. They are serious with their work, they are serious with their goals, they are serious with their vision. They don't just go out, talk to people, tell people about their goals, about their dreams, about their vision, about their project. No, they avoid. They avoid distractions. They avoid all kinds of noises. They avoid life urgencies. They avoid other people's agenda. Successful entrepreneurs, they are not working and then constantly checking social media or checking their emails or checking their mobile devices. No, they avoid all of these devices, they avoid all of these things because they want to focus all their time, all their effort, all their energy on what is good for their future, on what is good for their happiness, what is good, useful for their success. So don't think that those successful entrepreneurs, they just suddenly became successful because they were lucky, because they were talented, because they were lazy, not doing the work, and they still succeed. No, the reality is they avoid. They are really good at avoiding. They avoid distractions. They avoid noises. They avoid anything that will prevent them from completing from 2 to 5 tasks in each day. So what ends up happening? They're moving forward, they're accomplishing, they're reaching, they're getting better, they're getting results, they're making progress, they're getting work done. That's why they're unstoppable. That's why they're extraordinary in their days. They're successful in their days. That's why they become successful in their future. They know what to avoid. And they don't avoid the good things. They don't avoid the wrong things. They avoid what is poison. They avoid what is bad for them. I think as entrepreneurs, we should stop feeling and thinking negative about others. I mean, holding so many negative thoughts, emotions about others because we've had bad experiences with some people in our life. And when we are not avoiding, feeling sad or sorry about ourselves, when we are not avoiding those negative thoughts that are controlling us, they are controlling our subconscious mind, they are controlling our daily entrepreneurial life. Those thoughts of feeling angry, frustrated, guilty, sorry, sad, negative about others, those thoughts, when we are not avoiding them, they're winning against us. They're keeping us weak. They're making us weak. They're keeping us stuck. They're holding us back. They don't allow us to go out and show other people who we are, what we are capable of accomplishing, what we can do, what we can achieve. So we should, as entrepreneur, I should avoid those negative thoughts. I should avoid feeling angry, frustrated about bad negative experiences that I had with people in my life. I mean, none of us is perfect. Everyone does something wrong. Everyone makes mistake. Everyone fails. Everyone does bad things. Everyone does stupid things. We all do. I've done. But doesn't mean that every month, every year, you're just constantly so caught up, so attached, so connected to those people, to those negative experiences, to those negative thoughts and emotions that are controlling how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you walk. I mean, you're thinking and feeling those negative experiences when you walk, when you sit, when you spend time with your family, with your relationships. You feel frustrated, angry for those negative experiences when you are walking outside, when you are spending time, when you are working, because you let those control you, because you're not avoiding them. So you're avoiding being productive. You can't be productive because of those negative experiences. You can't be laser focused. You're trying to work, you're trying to get work done, but your subconscious mind, your negative thoughts, your negative emotions, they're controlling you. They're keeping you stuck in your day. They're preventing you from being laser focused. They don't allow you to be productive, to be focused, because you're not avoiding them. You're not making decisions. You're not avoiding those negative experiences. So they're constantly showing up. That's why we live the same pattern every day in our daily entrepreneurial life. Every day we wake up, and sometimes we avoid going to the gym and implementing our morning routine. Sometimes we feel lazy. Sometimes we want to stay in our comfort zone. Sometimes we avoid waking up early and implementing our morning routine, or do something beneficial for our health, for our focus, for our days. So when we let this happen to us, when we don't avoid, what ends up happening is you avoid your future. You avoid what steals your dreams. You avoid what makes you productive. You avoid what makes you be laser focused. You avoid doing the hard work. You avoid waking up early. You avoid leaving your comfort zone, your warm bed. You avoid going to the gym and implementing your workout, your training, moving your body, boosting your energy. You avoid what boosts, what increases energy, but you don't avoid what depletes, what drains your energy. So as entrepreneurs, we should really care about our energy, because our energy is one of our best assets, and we should use that energy. We should invest that energy for our future. And how do we do that? By avoiding what is depleting us, by avoiding what is stealing, what is draining our energy. So many people, they do the opposite. They think doing the work is very hard, or building new skills is very hard, building better habits is very hard, leaving comfort zone is very hard, leaving their bed is very hard, going to the gym when it's winter or icy or cold, or if it's minus grades, it's hard. Going out for running or for walking, it's hard. Being productive is hard. Keeping away distractions is hard. Developing, improving, getting better is hard. So they keep saying this, they keep doing the same, and they end up getting the same results. They end up living the same year, same house, same workplace, same results, same progress. No achievements, no accomplishments, no dreams. So what we should do is we should learn from successful entrepreneurs. We should not avoid hard work. We should embrace doing the hard work. We should not give up when things feels hard. No, we should thrive. We should break through. We should grow. We should expand. We should improve. We should get better. We should learn. We should read. We should become aware of some of those habits that are keeping us stuck, that are making us feel stagnation, where we are constantly looking at others succeeding, making progress, getting better, improving, making their dreams come true, but we are stuck in our life. We're not moving forward. We're not growing. We're not accomplishing. We're not reaching any milestones. We're not getting better. Why? Because we avoid what is good for us. We avoid those healthy food, those healthy meals. So many entrepreneurs, they have this weak mindset of this or this bad habit where they're constantly avoiding eating healthy. They're avoiding those beneficial, those useful, those healthy foods or meals, and they go grab and they buy unhealthy foods, or they go to restaurants and order unhealthy foods, or they find a trailer that sells unhealthy snacks or sandwich or donuts or ice cream. So they go to those places and they buy them and they impact their own health. So those people are making money, they're getting rich, but you're losing your health. Why? Because you're not avoiding that trailer that is selling you posing, that is selling you things that are impacting your health, that are making you older, that are draining your energy, that are impacting your performance. So we should avoid that trailer that sells donuts or ice cream or unhealthy snacks or sandwiches. We should be avoiding in 2026 if we want to grow, if we want to move forward, if we want to accomplish our goals, if we want to make those dreams come true that we always wished. We should avoid those McDonald's. We should avoid those fast food restaurants. We should avoid all those chunky food that are impacting our society, that are impacting our community, that are draining our energy. I see people, they're very unhealthy. They walk slow, they talk slow, they look like they're depressed, they're not happy with their life, they're not feeling healthy. I look at their body, how much overweight they are. I look at their well-being, their state. They don't seem happy, they don't seem fulfilled, they don't seem successful. Because it all starts with your health. When you take care of your health, you take care of your future. When you take care of your work, you take care of your dreams, your success. When you take care of your habits, you take care of that fulfilled life. So we should be avoiding those unhealthy places. We should avoid unhealthy environment. We should improve, design a better environment, an environment that keeps us productive, that keeps us laser focused, a healthy environment that keeps our life healthy. So we should avoid that is anything impactful, harmful for our life. We should avoid toxic relationships. If you have relationships with people that they seem like they're good or they're nice or they're kind, but they are impacting you, they are harmful for your future. People with bad habits, you should be avoiding those people. People who have bad habits, they're constantly distracted. They are spending most of their time on distractions, on unbeneficial, unhealthy stuff. You should be avoiding those relationships. You should be avoiding people that are not supporting you. They are not with you in this mission, in your entrepreneurship journey. You should be avoiding people who are stealing your time. I've talked about this a lot of times in my previous episodes, in my podcast. There are some people, they act, they seem, they look like they're nice, they're kind to you, they're supportive, but they're stealing your time in the background. You're not realizing how impactful they are. People, they don't care about you. They don't care about what you're working on. They don't care about your project. They don't care about your goals. They don't care about your dream. They don't care about your vision. They don't care about you. They have their own life. They have their own issues. And they don't care so much. So why would you have these kinds of relationships? You should avoid those relationships and instead bring better new relationships to your life. Relationships that are supportive. Relationships they are good for you. They're making you happy, excited. I've had those people. I still have friends that I feel so happy, so grateful of having them. So I don't avoid them. I don't avoid my best friends, the people who are supportive, the people who care about me, the people who love me, the people who believe in me, the people who are constantly helping me, supporting me, cheering on me, people who ask me about my goals, about what I'm working, if I'm getting things done, if I'm making progress. So those are the people that you should not avoid. Those are the people that you should embrace. Those are the people that you should keep them inside your heart, inside your mind. But you should avoid people who are constantly complaining about economy, complaining about not having enough money, complaining about not having enough time, complaining about not having any resources. People who are constantly complaining, people who are making excuses, people who are weak, people who are not dreamers, who are not ambitious, people who are constantly negative, they talk behind other people, people who are drinking a lot, they drink too much, they drink too much alcohol, they don't invest their money for their health, for their kids, for their future. They waste, they make money, they go wasted on drinks, on unhealthy food. You should avoid broke people, please. You should 100% avoid broke people. Do not let any broke people come close to you, because you will be broke too. They will make you broke. They will drag you down to their habits. And the reason why they are broke, because they are not avoiding what is harmful for them. They are not avoiding what is impactful for them. That's why they are broke. And they will make you broke too if you hang out with them. If you keep up those relationships, they will make you broke. I promise you, I've had those people. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I removed some of those people last year. I learned so many lessons from mistakes that I made last year, before last year. But this year, I noticed that I completed several courses. I made so much progress. My podcast has been growing. I'm improving. I'm getting better. I have better habits. I'm able to stay home. I'm able to stay lonely. I'm not avoiding lonely. And in entrepreneurship, we should not avoid being lonely, because loneliness is part of entrepreneurship. Loneliness is part of success. You know, if you want to be successful, you will feel lonely. If you don't want to be successful, then you don't want to be lonely, because you avoid success. So you avoid loneliness or feeling isolated. So that's why you avoid success. I mean, if you want to go out, hang out, spend time with people, go on weekends, accept any invitations, hang out with people, spend most of your life, most of your time with others, that's it. That's the reality. Then entrepreneurship is not for you. So if I want to break through in my entrepreneurship journey, if I want to accomplish big goals, if I want to succeed, if I want to win in my entrepreneurship journey, I should not avoid loneliness. I should not avoid feeling bored. I should not avoid feeling isolated. So many people, they contact me, they send me SMS, they call me, they invite me, but I keep saying no. Because I remember I've done these mistakes before. I kept saying yes, yes, yes to everyone, to everybody. And what ended up happening? At the end of the year, no accomplishments, no achievements, no goals, no dreams, no results, no progress, no improvements. That's what happened with me. So I removed those people who made me feel like that, who led me to end up being stuck and feeling stagnation in my entrepreneurship journey. I avoid those people. I don't want to have people who complain. I don't want to have people who are broke. I don't want to have people who are unhealthy. I don't want to have people who are constantly distracted, procrastinated. I don't want to have people who doesn't have goals, dreams, or don't share the same ambitions. I don't want to have them. I mean, they can go to others, But what I want to have is what I don't avoid. I want to have people who are healthy. I want to have people who are successful. I want to have productive people. I don't want to have people who are distracting me. They want to talk about life while doing the work or while studying. Don't want to have those people. I want people who are supportive. I want people who are winners. I want people who are happy. I want people who are successful. I want people who are healthy. I have those people in my life. I have so many of them. But I removed so many people because they were toxic. They were impacting me. They were very harmful for me and for my future. Some people, they were trying to reach out to me while I was working in the middle of the day. They were trying to distract me. I kept saying no to them. Some people, they tried to call me. Some people, they tried to send me SMS. I don't want to hear any tone. I don't want to hear any noise or sound of receiving any SMS or any call. I don't want people who are at their work, at their jobs, while they're working, they're calling other people and they're distracting them. And they know they should not call others. They know they should focus. They should be productive at their job, at their work. So they're distracting me. They're trying to steal my time. They're trying to steal my dreams. So do not let this happen to you. Please avoid those people. Avoid someone who's calling you in the middle of work day. Avoid someone who's trying to call you or send you SMS in the middle of work week. Avoid people who are distracting you. Avoid people who are preventing you from making progress, from being laser focused, from being fully present, fully productive. Avoid people who complain a lot. They're complainers. They constantly complain about how expensive life is. They complain about economy. They complain about distraction. They complain about bad habits. They complain about not able to accomplish their goals. They complain about society. Why would you have these people in your life? Why would you have self-doubters or naysayers? Why would you have people who are complainers? Why would you have unhealthy people? Why would you have people who constantly talk behind others? Because if they talk behind others, odds are 99% they will talk behind you as well. So do not have those people in your life as an entrepreneur. Avoid those people. Avoid those toxic relationships. Avoid someone who doesn't match with you, who doesn't share same ideas, same opinion, same characteristics, same habits. Most importantly, avoid people who don't have good habits. Avoid people who have bad habits. So, as an entrepreneur, I should learn that if I want to grow, if I want to move faster, if I want to accomplish my goals, if I want to build a successful business in my year, in my entrepreneurship journey, so I need to learn to avoid the bad things. I should avoid procrastination. I should avoid bad relationships. I should avoid staying on my bed. I should avoid bad habits. I should avoid distractions. I should avoid procrastination. I should avoid anything that's unhealthy. I mean, thank God, I'm so happy, so grateful for my health, because I've been working on my health for years now, and I reached a point where now I am serious. I am like 100% serious. I don't consume any unhealthy food. I don't let this happen to me. Even when I go to the church, I don't eat bread. I don't consume sugary cakes. Even when I go out, I attend an entertainment event or sport, game or activity. I see there's a kiosk or there's a trailer that's selling donuts or cakes or cookies, or they're selling sandwiches, bread. I avoid them. I don't want to reach out to them. I don't want to eat them. It doesn't matter, even if I'm healthy. Well, thank God I'm fasting. So fasting helps me a lot avoiding those unhealthy food. So when I'm fasting, I'm not feeling hungry. I've trained and adapted my body to stay longer for many hours without any food, without any snacks. So that's why when I see those trailers, when I see someone selling unhealthy food, I avoid it. I do my best to avoid it. I don't visit those places or those trailers. I want to take care of my health. That's what I don't avoid. I don't avoid being healthy. I want to be insanely addicted, crazy, psycho on improving my health. I want to grow my health. I want to get better. I want to improve my health. Same thing when it comes to work. A lot of those days I'm feeling tired. A lot of those days I'm feeling stressed. A lot of those days my brain, my body don't want to do the work, but I still do it. I don't avoid doing the work. I am not letting those hours pass by. I am not letting that breakfast, that morning, that lunch, that evening pass by without doing the work. It doesn't matter how tired I am, how stressed I am, how exhausted I am. I don't avoid it. I have some projects, tasks that feels boring, that feels hard, difficult, complex, and they're draining so much of my energy because I need to think about them so much. I need to use so much mental energy. And my brain don't want to do the work. My brain tries to skip working on those projects, on those tasks. But I know myself, if I want to break through in my entrepreneurship journey, I should not avoid. I should be working on those projects. It doesn't matter how scary they are. It doesn't matter how difficult they are. It doesn't matter how complex they are. I mean, I get so much help. So I don't avoid. It doesn't matter how hard they are. I don't avoid. We should not avoid reading. Reading is one of the most powerful habits that we can build in our entrepreneurial life. So while we are building a successful business, we are reading, we are learning, we are becoming great leaders. So it doesn't matter, even if my brain don't want to read that book, or my brain wants to go on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube and waste all my time. So I don't avoid. I avoid social media. I avoid going to the Instagram and watching other stupid content. But I don't avoid reading the book, even if my brain don't want to do it, even if my body is tired or stressed. I don't avoid. I don't avoid reading because I know how powerful reading is, and I know this habit is super powerful. So I do my best to build better habits every day, every month, and I try to avoid bad habits. I try to avoid past mistakes, past failures that I have done previously, but I don't avoid what is good for my future. I don't avoid what is beneficial for my health, for my success, for my happiness. I should not avoid doing the hard work. I should not avoid going to the gym. It doesn't matter how cold the weather is. It doesn't matter how far the gym is. It doesn't matter whether if I'm tired or not. I should not avoid going to the gym. I should be building my health. I should be improving my health. I should be moving my body. So I should not going to the gym and training and doing my workout. I should not avoid eating healthy food. What I should be doing, I should be avoiding anything unhealthy for my body. I don't want to put anything in my body that is unhealthy, that is toxic, that is bad, that is impactful, that is harmful. And that's why so many people, unfortunately, nowadays are unhealthy, because they are avoiding the bad, the good things, and they are not avoiding the wrong things. So they are avoiding the wrong things. So as an entrepreneur, I understand that my goals, my dreams, my progress, my happiness, my success, my fulfillment, they all depend on what I'm avoiding every day in my daily entrepreneurial life and what I'm not avoiding. That's why so many people, they recommend having a to-do list, but also having a not to-do list. So a to-do list This is the list that you should not be avoiding. You should not avoid completing those tasks, from 2 to 5 tasks that should be completed before you go to bed in each day in your entrepreneurial life. But what you should be avoiding is not to-do list. What you should be avoiding, those activities, those distractions, those things that keep showing up in your daily entrepreneurial life. They are constantly leading you to the same cycle. They're constantly leading you to the same results, to the same outcome. That's what you should be avoiding. You should be avoiding anything that says on your not to do list, and you should not be doing them. So we should not waking up early in the morning. We should wake up early in the morning, and we should implement our morning routine. We should not avoid implementing our morning routine and evening routine, because these are very beneficial. These are very healthy. These are very productive for our health, for our entrepreneurship journey. So successful entrepreneurs, they avoid what is harmful, what is impactful, what is not good for their health, for their future, for their dreams, for their families. So they avoid what steals their dreams. And you should be doing the same thing. You should avoid anything that is stealing your dreams. So that's it. That's what I got for you in this episode. My hope that you learned something new from this episode, and that you're going to start your journey of avoiding the wrong things or the bad things, and you should not avoiding the good things. So my best question for you as an entrepreneur, and I would like you to reflect on this question. So what are you avoiding in your daily entrepreneurial life? So become aware of what are you avoiding, and are you avoiding the things that are bad, that are impactful, that are harmful for your entrepreneurial life? Or are you avoiding what is good for your entrepreneurial life? So reflect on this question, journal down, and become aware of those things that you are avoiding and the things that you should not be avoiding, so you can break through in your entrepreneurial life. Please don't forget to follow me on iTunes or Spotify, so you can get a new episode every week. And follow me on my social media accounts, on Facebook, on Instagram. This is where you will get a new content every week. So thank you so much for watching or listening, and I can't wait to publish the next episode. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Damn. Shit. Awesome. Did it.